Tonight, Mila visits Dr. Nagarajan to find out more about obesity and cardiac-related health issues. A simple mackerel and steamed vegetable dish, underwater exercises, and community visit to Lalokau FM. Let's find out if Dr. Nagarajan is ready for Mila's visit.
Hello viewers, I am Dr. Nagarajan. I'm the interventional cardiologist from Pacific International Hospital. Today I will be talking about the obesity and the problems of heart in relation to obesity with Mila. I'm hoping that she should be here any minute. Oh, I think it's her. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Nagarajan.
Come in, we were waiting for you.
Oh, thank you. It is a pleasure, really pleasure, to give your time for us to be here on your clinic and to learn more about what obesity is all about.
Yes, come in. Ooh.
Thank you. Dr. Nagarajan,
Hello.
it is really lovely feelings for you to take us on board.
Welcome.
And also for our viewers to learn more about overweight and obesity that is a biggest problem from underdeveloped country like Papua New Guinea and around the world, in fact. Is there any draw line that the people can see the risk factor of being obese?
Exactly. Well, this is a very burning issue in the developed country, and it's slowly spreading into the developing nations. 20 years down the line, in the developing countries, the biggest killer was a communicable disease such as tuberculosis, but now it's actually switching over. It's catching up. The obesity is catching up in the developing nations as well. In 10 years down the line, 39 people out of 100 will be dying of obesity-related problems. So it is very important that this is addressed to the nations so that the people are aware of that and they take care of themselves. For example, it is an excessive accumulation of the fat in the body.
That is what obesity is all about.
Excessive accumulation.
Excess fat.
Excess fat. A simple way to find out whether we are obese or whether we are okay, there is a simple chart given on the internet and it is available very widely. It's called a body mass index chart, and it's given in the pounds and in the kilograms of the weight, as well as you got the height in inches and centimeters. It's very easy to plot this actually with your weight, and as long as your weight falls within the green color, you're okay.
So doctor, this is just to clarify. When you get your weight, you need to have a weighing balance.
Yes.
Right? And to get your height, you need to have that measurement.
It is your frame size actually, which is your height. As long as your body fits into your frame size, because what is actually normal for you may not be normal for me actually, because I am at a different frame.
Exactly.
So that is what this chart actually gives, and very easy, readily readable values.
Is that where the body type came in?
Yes.
The endomorph, ectomorph, and the mesomorph. That the reason why people should not compare themselves, that if the ectomorph there and the endomorph, oh my God, I want to be like body. It's not possible.
It is not possible.
Otherwise,
it is your frame size which is important.
Exactly. Okay.
So that is much easier, and if you fall into the purple color, then you're not far away from developing problems in related to the obesity. So you got to be very careful, and you should try and look at yourself in the mirror and find out whether you're in the perfect shape and that fits into your frame. Particularly women at more risk actually in terms of obesity and obesity-related problems.
And why is that, doctor?
Because it is the distribution of the diet and lack of exercise primarily.
Okay, so you mean women in general are less active than men?
Well, in general, and women actually, for example, when you talk about the body mass index,
yes,
the women body mass index anywhere between 23 and 25, they are at 50% of higher risk in developing heart-related problem when compared to men between 25 to 29, the BMI. So women are at more risk, and for women, this obesity becomes an independent risk factors. And also women also have other related problems in terms of obesity, like infertility. And there are some cancers that affect the women in terms of obesity as well, like breast cancers. So women have to be a bit more vigilant in maintaining their weight and shape. Stick on to it.
That really sounds interesting because majority of the local ladies
Yeah.
who I associate with, whenever they said they are in their village or the province,
Yeah.
they're losing weight.
Exactly.
But when they started living back to work in Port Moresby, they started. So that's really interesting of what you have said. It is all about what they are putting inside their body,
Yeah.
and being sedentary because of their job related.
In a short, we are what we eat.
Exactly.
We've got to be careful. We've got to be very mindful when we eat to
Yes.
remain in shape.
Yes. Yes.
For example, there was data from America that showed people at the age of 40, if they are found to be obese, they live 6 to 7 years less than the normal people. And if they are overweight, they live less than 3 years. If they are again smokers, they live 14 years less than the normal people. So you can see how the weight-related problem, the obesity, affects in terms of life expectancies.
Yes. Yes.
So you've got to be very, very careful. In terms of heart disease, actually, until now, we were at the impression that the obesity indirectly affects the heart by actually obesity people can have high blood pressures, high cholesterols, high blood sugars. All these things could contribute to the development of heart disease. However, there are a lot of informations and data coming out showing that obesity itself, without any of these conditions, can directly have a disease on the heart. And people have to be very careful with putting on weight.
Yes. How does the common people will understand or know the symptoms?
Exactly.
And, yeah.
See, obesity is a kind of a behavioral, it is primarily a behavioral disorder. So it is very difficult. A lot of people, they live in denial. They find it very difficult to address it themselves. The first thing in obesity, when you are putting on weight, when you look at the mirror, when you know your size, actually, if you are actually getting an extra few pounds, and then you know you are changing size, then that becomes a self-awareness for yourself. So that is where you primarily try to identify. If you're putting on an extra size, then naturally, then you'll have to be aware of it. Then the second thing comes in, the social awareness, like your friends and families addressing it to you. You have to take it in a good spirit that, yes, I should actually concentrate on that. And if you ignore those two things, then you end up with a direct effect on the heart or the obesity-related problems.
Yes.
And
yes.
at that time, then you will be wondering, like, now I'm obese. So you've come a little bit too far, but it's still there, you can do it, but you've come a little bit too far, where you'll have to self-aware and try and do some work, as well as be careful on the
Practice.
diet.
Because in being a fitness trainer and a coach, I have encountered a lot of my clients and also and associates that when they are dining with people, they are showing that they can only eat very small amount. But why are they still putting weight?
Actually, when you get distracted, you've got to be very mindful while you're having your food. Otherwise, you get very easily distracted. You need to know what exactly you're eating, because you've got to cut down on the calories, cut down on the salt, and do some exercise as well as to burn all these calories. Particularly try and avoid fatty food. You got to keep your
Like
fat.
lamb chop.
Exactly.
Lamb
Exactly.
chop, skin, chicken skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a simple way, if I have to tell you, when you go to a buffet lunch, whatever makes your mouth watery, you try and avoid it. As you can see, this is a normal frame, and people do gradually lose weight without even
can
being
bring-
noticed it.
Yes.
But look at yourself, you've done so well, and you have done it in the reverse way, that you come from there to this end. Well done, you, Mila.
Thank you, Dr. Nagarajan. That's an excellent compliment. Well, I think I deserve it because I enjoyed of the transformation I did from 84 kilograms to 56 kilograms for 7 years. I'll tell you, I have to do it gradually, because if I'll do it so
That's
quick,
important.
yes, I will be suffering more. I will be gaining weight day in, day out again. Anyway, Tok, is there anything more that I need to be educated or aware? Of course, our viewers will be very much interested to know more about what you can share to them.
Yes, I would like to talk about the 7 steps to get the healthier heart, but don't you want me to have in the show next week?
Doctor, that is what I am. You just read my mind, actually. I am about to ask you, can you please give us your time again to be with us next week?
Sure, we'll meet
because
next week.
I know for a fact that a lot of people there are so eager to lose that burden in themselves being obese.
Yes, certainly.
There you go, guys. Next week, we'll join Dr. Nagarajan again, but at this time, thank you for staying with me. Last week at the Dokta Tok at PIH, our guest doctor talked about the obesity that affects every part of our organ. And one of those organs is our heart. And that heart is so important to keep our body alive. Welcome to our cooking time, Healthy Living with Mila. Today, I am going to prepare a mackerel with steamed vegetables. And here are all the condiments, from garlic, the ginger, olive oil, lemon, black pepper, thyme, and of course, another type of condiments that is good, that will protect our heart, and also it will help to reduce obesity. First thing that we're going to do is to prepare our mackerel, which is our protein that is great to enhance the muscles of our heart to work in moderation and also healthily. First thing is we scattered this. We cover the meat, fish meat, the mackerel, with the pepper, and then your thyme, and then your coriander. Very, very simple. The reason why I don't put any salt, because salt is detrimental. Overly use of salt is detrimental for your heart, especially that can cause clogging of arteries. Now, garlic, cover it with your garlic is great for your blood. That also it's give an important role into your heart. Now, lemon will cover it to give a kick taste of it, and also the citric part of this lemon is also good to reduce the body fat. Now, once that you have cover all this or soak the condiments on your mackerel, we can pan fry it, or you can put it into your grill or oven for a short period of time. Come on, let's go. I'll show you where my stove is. We're going to steam our veggies and also pan fried it with an olive oil. Olive oil is composed, or it has a high omega fatty acid that is great to control the cardiovascular disease. Come and follow me. When your water is boiling, put it in a simmering flame that your fresh veggies will not be cooked so much, because if it's too much cooked, overly cooked, the nutrition will be destroyed. You put a little bit of this oil, which is your omega-3, the olive oil, and then you have to remember, when you are eating your protein, the size of your palm and the thickness of your palm is just enough for your body that requires the protein. That is the size of protein that you eat every meal, not triple of that or double of that, because it will just go to waste. And you have to remember, if you have not enough carbohydrates in your body, protein will also supply you an energy. But protein is good for your heart, because the heart is made of muscles, and protein is composed of these amino acids that is a building block of our muscles. So now, when you're cooking food, you don't need to overcook it, because you are destroying the nutrients of it. You only need to turn it 2 times and that's it, okay? And this is, look like that it's the size of a big man's palm. Now that it looked like the vegetable is just right, it's al dente, don't overcook it. That's what I have said before, don't overcook your food, because you are going to destroy the nutrients of it. We need the nutrients of our food to maintain our body function properly, especially our heart. And this is the right size amount that your body requires. You don't need to overdo it or too much amount, because it will go to waste. There you go. Have you noticed that I don't have rice, nor cacao or whatnot? The carrots, the peas, the broccoli trunk, and cauliflower, they are carbohydrates. They provide energy, and also they have all the vitamins and minerals. Like the carrots, it has a vitamin A that is good for your eyes. But we are talking about the heart. These are exemplary type of food that you need to provide your heart healthy function, being active. Okay, now you remember we only have half of the cooking oil, the olive oil that we put there. The rest of this, we scattered it around. And that has a complete your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. There you go. We'll call one of my producers, or 2 of my producers, to eat this, to taste it. It's good for them. Okay, I am going to get one of our producers. Danny, come on.
Hi, Mila.
Tell me about it.
Well, I haven't eaten it yet,
Yes.
so we'll get a good bite of it, and I'll let you know what I think of it.
I trust that this is full of
Yeah.
micronutrients.
It looks really good. Can't wait to have a bite of it.
Yes, please go for it.
All right.
Yes, while Danny is tasting it, the more colorful your food that you prepare for yourself and for your family, be sure it is not only for yourself, it should be for the entire family. The colorful the food is, it's full of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. That's good for your heart. It's not only good for your heart, the whole being. Wow.
It's very good. So I'm gonna Tok and chew at the same time. But
Yes, that's fine.
yeah. Thanks Mila for cooking it. So it tastes really good and it's like, you know, good for my body as well.
And you know what? It is affordable.
Yeah.
You can find this everywhere in Papua New Guinea from the local market or supermarket. This probably will only cost you about 5 kina, 7 kina, less than 10 kina. And you already have a meal. This is what I've been telling to all my clients, that spare time to prepare your food, to take it to your office, so you will avoid of buying all this junk food that it will harm your body. This is a big example.
Thanks Mila.
Okay, so don't go away. Dan, I hope you will join me. Once that you finish that, you need to burn some of the calories from that food. Okay? Exercise time after this. To protect yourself from any type of illnesses, especially gaining weight or obesity, and also that heart diseases, exercise, any type of exercise can do, provided you always have to have an advice from your doctor before getting involved with any physical activity that you haven't done yet. Today, we're going to show you water exercise. It's my favorite one. It protects the whole, it strengthens the whole of your body from any of these heavy activities. Water is your resistance. You are doing jogging, you can do fast running, you can do flipping, and all those side of things. It will involve your heart, the entire of your body muscles. Watch. Knee high. Bring your knees as high as you can above your belly button. One leg at a time. 12 each legs or 30 seconds each legs. Jogging. A slow pace of running. Do it for 1 minute continuously. Flipping. Hold the side of the swimming pool, both sides, spread your arms and lift your hip up facing towards the skies and do a flipping of your both legs, one at a time for 1 minute. You can do it also by facing under the water. Speed run. Speed run on the spot. It's a fast run on your feet, non-stop for 1 minute. That's it for the exercise. Practice it at home. Water exercise is good for your heart. It's great to lose that fat. Well, stay with us next week, but this time, I'm going to take you to my community visit at Lalokau 89.1 FM with Bernice Moses. There you go. Welcome to our community visit here at Lalokau 89.1 FM. I am so excited to talk to our very own host, Bernice Moses. We are going to share you guys the knowledge about obesity and cardio.
Dapat naman na Mila.
Tabanan namo na, Bernice.
Thank you. And this morning we'll be talking a bit about, well, you have a program on MTV. Everybody loves you for that program called Healthy Living with Mila.
Thank you.
Yes. And so some children call you Mama Mila and, you know.
Auntie Mila.
Auntie Mila.
Yes.
Or maybe the little ones might call you Bubu Mila. You know. And it's a pleasure to have you here, Mila. Thank you for coming to Lalokau FM. And thank you to Judah and the boys for doing this recording. Now we're going to start with our program. let's talk a bit about obesity. We're going to talk this very generally, are we? And
Yes.
then we'll follow on from there. Tell us a bit about obesity.
Obesity, according from Dr. Suresh at PAH heart specialist, is an excessive fat content of the body, from overweight and continuous gaining that fat. That's obesity, and also the BMI is over 30 plus.
Now, obesity in let's say here in the nation's capital and in Papua New Guinea for that matter, is a very big problem here in Papua New Guinea, especially in the nation's capital, because we're all, we've got all these a range and variety of variety of food products, some containing sugar,
Yes.
whatever, in Kenya they say lareva and whatever it is. But obesity is, it depends on our lifestyle, right?
Exactly.
Healthy living is not
Exactly.
only through medicine, but it's also through what you said.
Healthy, yes.
Yes, help us with that.
Actually, healthy living is more of natural food intake, not being pushed or sustained with drugs that is processed or food that is processed. Healthy living is healthy eating and being active, and of course alertness of the mind. How do you do that? If you are sleeping properly, you have a sleep at you rested at night time for 7 to 8 hours. Our brain, the whole body will be active, will develop, will be rested, and we are compensating compensating what we've used in our body system.